That's right. Thanks, Phil. Well, joining us tonight to dig deeper into China's recent foreign acquisition spree is Ann Lee, the author of What the U.S. Can Learn from China. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So we've just seen this spree over this past week. Let's start with the CNOOC bid for Nexen last week that got approved by the Canadian government. You know, quite a turnaround from when CNOOC went for Unocal in the U.S. That was struck down. What do you think CNOOC did differently this time to assuage some of the fears about foreign takeovers?
Well, what they probably did was get some very good lawyers on their side, some folks who really know how to navigate the system to help them assuage all the fears that often come up when a Chinese firm wants to make an acquisition. And I think that given that this is coming so many years after what happened with Unocal, I think that there's been more data available to show that Chinese companies are not that threatening. They're basically investing in employment and resources in the home countries and the host countries. And so I think that's become more and more acceptable. And I think that also in the energy resources area, given that there's going to be an expected energy boom, and that's already underway, where gas prices and gas resources are going to be more readily available, having CNOOC buy this company is not buying a material portion of the natural resources available. So it's not a threat to national security from that standpoint.
From that standpoint, okay. And then the Prime Minister, though, did say that after this deal, he will not allow other state-owned enterprises from China make major acquisitions in the region because of fears of a sort of takeover of Canada's natural resources.
Yeah.
How do you think that Chinese companies are going to react to this? Is there much of a desire on the part of Chinese companies to get more assets in the Alberta oil sands right now?
I'm sure there's always interest, especially at the right price, but I think that they will heed that as a warning, saying that, okay, maybe they need to give it some more time before they come in more aggressively, because all this is really as much a political game as a business game. And so as they continue to court each other, they will probably go back to the smaller deals for the time being so that it doesn't reach the front page news. But I would say probably down the road we can expect another one. Okay.
And in terms of approval, though, it still has to get the approval from U.S. and UK regulators. Do you think they're going to get the green light?
Well, we'll see how persuasive their legal team will be, because I think that that's really important to make sure that they can present the best case and pull the best lobbyists in to help market the deal, because it really, again, is more political than any substantive threat.
Okay, and we saw in the lead up to the election there was a lot of anti-China rhetoric. Right. Now the election is over. How would you categorize the atmosphere when it comes to Chinese foreign investment? How receptive is the U.S. to that now that the election is over?
You know, it's really interesting because I think that at many states you will see the state legislature and the state politicians going after Chinese companies and actually actively courting them, basically inviting delegations to come invest in their states. They send people over to China to do that. And it's really more at the federal level that you see and hear this paranoia. And so I think there's basically sort of crosshairs going on. Mm-hmm. And I would expect that right now the news that dominates the media is primarily the fiscal cliff, mm-hmm. Probably developments in the Middle East. And so quietly, I think the Chinese businessmen and the American businessmen are going to try to, do more deals. And this would be great for the U.S. economy, frankly, because we do need more jobs investment into the economy. Right.
Okay, Ann Lee, sorry, we're out of time. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Ann Lee, the author of What the U.S. Can Learn from China. Now,